Right, just a little bit of a play about. One of the things I like doing is experiment with different things to see if they make good tinder. I mean, you get char cloth and stuff like that. You can even buy it commercially, or you can make your own. But I like to use different things. I've got here just all bits of candle, and also I've got a cupboard here. That there is an old bean can. You can see where it's been burned there. That there, solid wax, and that is wax that surrounds blocks of cheese. I'm just fortunate I can get it from work, and it's extremely flammable, and it works very well. And I'll demonstrate that in a minute. But I've just heated up. One here is some of that wax. It's liquid. You can probably see it right there. And what I like to do with this is get cotton wool. Now you can get like cotton pads that women use for wiping makeup off their faces. All you need to do is just dip it into the wax, let it drain off a bit there, and that wax burns exactly like a candle. And this stuff, the cotton wool, actually, as soon as you put a fire steel onto that, it'll burst into flames, and then it burns long enough, depending on how much you've got, 5-10 minutes, more than enough to light a fire, build on it. But, I'll just pop that in there just for now. I'll make a couple while I'm here. You probably no need to put more than a quarter of whatever size ball of cotton wool you stick in the wax. About 25% of it. Use it as the wax. I'll just tip that up there. That'll cool down and set in not so many minutes. Another thing is this, and it's well known. I'm not producing anything here that hasn't been done before, but it's if I get the lid off it, it's petroleum jelly. The clue is probably in the word petroleum. It is very likely to burn. And again, just get some of this cotton wool, get a bit of a blob in there, and what I like to do is just do that, knead it. So this cotton wool sort of acts like a bit of a sponge. Now with this, it's permanently wet, it doesn't set hard, so you need to wrap that up in something separate. You can't just stick that in your bag, and if it gets warm it runs. So something to think about in the hot weather. But some of that in some of those in your little plastic bag in your rucksack, if you're in wet conditions, it'll burn long enough to get a fire going. And then I'll just do a couple more of those. Nice blob of that. I think I overdid it there. Not to worry. Won't do it any harm. A bit more. Just as soon as you put a fire steel onto that, it'll ignite. A little bit there. At the back end. Another thing that works well, and if you've got a laundrette, a public laundrette near where you live, go in and ask them to give you the lint from the inside of the dryers. They clean them off several times a day as the tumble dryer's working. Bits of lint comes off the garments and it builds up on a screen, a filter screen, and they just scrape it off and throw it in the bin. Brilliant for putting our fire steel onto. A lot of cotton fibres in there, and it lights up in no time. So I got a couple of petroleum jelly ones there, and you see there already the wax there is starting to set. I'll put that there, put that one up there. Just take it off before it does set onto the surface there. Upside down, it'll be brilliant. I'll let that wax cool down there. That was for demonstration purposes, and I'll actually do that while I'm here. I save all these bits of candles. They'll all come in useful for something at some point. Little fire steel, little demonstration. And this is the one with the petroleum jelly on it. But this cotton wool is highly flammable anyway. So if I just that is how flammable it all is, and that will burn a lot longer anyway because of the petroleum jelly. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that burns for about 10 minutes in total. I'll just move this outside now and extinguish it, and we'll do something else. Again, cotton wool, but this is the wax. You can see it's set hard already. So if I do that, you see that quite well there. And you can see the interaction with the wax at that point here, and you can see where the flame isn't shooting across. It's actually working on the wax now in exactly the same way as it was in a candle. I give my own name to these little wax things. I call them waxo balls. But I'm sure lots of people around the country, around the world, will invent their own names for it. But that is a brilliant firelighter. You know, there's something else I've got here as well. Most people will probably recognise these. Now, this is the seed head of a plant called reed mace. It's often erroneously called bulrush. Bulrush is actually a different type of water plant. These are reed maces, and this is actually not a particularly common one. It's lesser reed mace. Most of the reed mace people see in wet places, big fat heads, probably twice as long as that one as well. This is a slightly smaller species. It's quite common in some parts of the country, but where I came across this, it was quite a good find. But this fluff is hundreds, even there's hundreds of seeds. It's an important plant for turning wetlands into dry land. It's part of the process. So if you want open water and this stuff comes along, get rid of it. And eventually it'll give you loads of problems. But this is also quite flammable. And I've got a smaller one here, I think. Yeah, I'll use this one. I get these and I take them and I put them in a plastic bag and let them dry. As you can see, these were nice and smooth when I got them, but the fluff's starting to come out now. And if you don't keep them in a bag, you'll find there's stuff blowing all over your house or your shed or whatever. I'll put that there. Now this, you can open this up. There's hundreds of seeds there. Probably in this one several thousands. But again, I haven't put any wax or paraffin or anything on these. will. A bit smoky. As you can see there, you can get a flame. You can see that piece of paper now burning away. That will burn long enough to get a flame. Sometimes they actually do burst into flames, but that'll smoulder now for maybe 10 minutes. So it's always worth having some of those in your bag for a bit of tinder. Yeah. Brilliant. And of course you can transfer one to another and get that to ignite. If I take that now, see that. So I'll just get rid of the smoke and I'm in a small room. Now I've stepped outside just to show this. This one here is the wax, still burning, and that one is the petroleum jelly. But also you can see this reed mace here still smouldering away. And if I lift those up, that one, there's a bit left on that. But still plenty of flame in there. They've been burning now for, if I just check, 8 minutes. So there are 3 little tips there for some long-lasting homemade fire starters. I haven't tried it, but I suspect if you put some petroleum jelly on or wax on these reed mace heads, seed heads, they might last a bit longer too. But they work just fine on their own. So a little demo for you there. Thanks for watching.